Hello, today I'll present my scientific report on the topic The Financial Management of Secondary Schools to Delegated Budgets, Advantages, Disadvantages and Survey Analysis. Introduction. The financing of secondary education is a key factor in ensuring sustainable development and improving the quality of the educational process. The system of delegated budgets has been introduced to provide greater flexibility and efficiency in the allocation of financial resources, granting schools autonomy in managing their funds. Despite its advantages, this model faces a number of challenges. The present study analyzes these aspects and proposes opportunities for improvement through implementation of effective management approaches and accountability mechanisms. Overview of the delegated budget system. Delegated budgets represent a specific mechanism for financing school education, combining the principle of decentralized management with market-oriented approaches based on the interaction between supply and demand. At the core of this model lies the concept of a direct relationship between the financial provision of educational institutions and the quality of the educational services provided. In the current system, quality is primarily assessed through the number of enrolled students, which is considered an indicator reflecting the free choice of parents and students within the framework of existing competition between educational institutions. It should be noted that despite its advantages, the delegated budget system is not linked to the assessment of school efficiency or the measurement of the quality of education provided. Funding under this model is primarily determined based on quantitative indicators such as the number of enrolled students without considering academic results, educational achievements, or other indicators related to the quality of teaching. The principle of money follows the student is no longer relevant. This creates conditions for an imbalance between financial resources and the actual needs of schools, as well as the lack of incentives for improving educational standards and outcomes. The survey on the implementation of the delegated budget system. The implementation of delegated budgets is characterized by numerous advantages that can contribute to increasing efficiency and sustainability of educational institutions. However, a detailed analysis also requires an examination of the potential challenges and limitations associated with this system. To provide a deeper understanding of the real advantages and challenges faced by the stakeholders, an empirical study was conducted. The objectives of the study are aligned with the questions from the conducted survey, which aims to identify the positive and negative aspects of the delegated budget system. The study's subjects are schools from various regions of Bulgaria that offer secondary education and apply the delegated budget systems. The survey includes questions with predefined answer choices. The questions are closed type, which facilitates data processing and the creation of analytical charts. For the purposes of the survey, an online questionnaire was adapted, allowing for standardized study. The collected responses were obtained voluntarily and anonymously, ensuring the ethical integrity of the research. Data processing was performed using pivot tables in Microsoft Excel. The scientific report systemizes the most significant survey questions, namely: Question: do you believe that the delegated budget systems helps in building the financial autonomy of schools? The collected data reveal a clearly expressed positive assessment from the majority of the respondents regarding the role of the delegated budgets in ensuring the financial autonomy of the schools. This result is indicative of the system being perceived as an effective tool for increasing flexibility and independence in the allocation of financial resources. The predominantly positive share of responses suggests that the delegated budget systems largely achieves its primary goal, ensuring the financial autonomy of educational institutions. Question: do you think that the system encourages competition between schools, leading to an improvement in the quality of education? The results indicate a predominantly negative or neutral perception regarding the ability of delegated budget systems to stimulate competition aimed at improving education quality. Nearly half of the respondents, 48%, do not see a link between competition and quality, which may be attributed to insufficiently developed incentives or an absence of effective mechanisms for measuring and promoting quality. Question: do you think that the money follows the student principle creates challenges for the quality of education? The survey results clearly show that money follows the student principles is perceived by the majority of respondents as a factor that creates challenges for education quality. This could be explained by the over-reliance of school on student enrollment numbers, which in turn may lead to competition focused on attracting students rather than improving quality of educational services. Advantages of the delegated budget system. Based on the conducted survey, as well as an analysis of existing research and publications, the following advantages of the delegated budget system can be identified. Decentralizations of management. The delegated budget system promotes decentralizations by allowing schools to manage their financial resources independently. Financial autonomy. The vast majority of respondents, 72%, believe that the system ensures financial autonomy for schools, granting them freedom in resource allocation and management. Transparency of expenditures. A significant share of participants perceive the system as means of enhancing accountability and transparency in spending. Encouraging efficient resource utilization. More than half of the respondents believe that the system encouraging schools to optimize expenditure and use their resources more efficiently. Disadvantages of the delegated budget system. Based on the conducted survey as well as an analysis of existing research and publications, the following disadvantages of the delegated budget system can be identified. A lack of link to education quality. Over 65% of the respondents believe that the system needs a component related to education quality, indicating the absence of incentives for achieving better outcomes. Conflicts between school management and municipality administration. More than half of the participants, around 67%, see potential conflict arising from discrepancies in priorities and coordination. According to an analysis by the Bulgarian Teachers Union, one of the main weaknesses of the delegated budget systems is a significant number of schools' principals who are not prepared for their new responsibilities or taking advantages of their increased authority, adopting an authoritarian management style. Risks of fictitious student enrollment. Funding based on the number of students may encourage some schools to report fictitious enrollments or retain students who do not actually attend classes in order to secure higher funding. Opportunities for improving the delegated budget system. Optimization of funding criteria through efficiency coefficient. The delegated budget system in education serves as a key mechanism for financial resource allocation. However, it faces challenges related to uneven funding distribution and the lack of alignment with qualitative indicators of school performance. In this context, the introduction of an efficiency coefficient as part of the funding formula emerges as a suitable tool for optimizing the existing system. Enhancing administrative capacity in the management of delegated budgets. The management of delegated budgets requires school leadership to demonstrate a high degree of competence and adaptability to the dynamic changes in the educational environment. To enhance administrative capacity of schools and ensure the effective management of financial resources, targeted measures must be implemented to improve the knowledge and skills of school principals and administrative staff. This can be achieved through the development of standardized guidelines, the organization of training programs, and the establishment of platforms for sharing best practices. Enhancing control mechanisms. The effectiveness of the delegated budget systems in education largely depends on the presence of well-functioning control mechanisms that ensure transparency, accountability, and the proper use of expenditures. Strengthening this mechanism is crucial for improving financial management, minimizing risk of misuse of public funds, and ensuring the sustainability of educational institutions. Conclusion. The present study analyzes the effectiveness of the delegated budget system as a key funding mechanism for secondary schools in Bulgaria. Based on the conducted survey and the analysis of existing data, both the advantages and the challenges associated with the implementation of this budgeting model have been identified. Thank you for your attention.